Hello guys, this is Fitter Coach Ripudaman. So today we're gonna see how we can train hamstrings effectively at home. Now effectively, when I say effectively, I consider their loadability, their performance of repetitions. You can do repetitions without minimum limiting factors. As you guys must have experienced, training hamstring at home is quite tricky part, quite challenging part, because there are very less equipments available, no machines, right, to train hamstrings at home. But if we are aware about how the muscle works, we can add props, we can add our own creativity to train them. So before starting with the exercises, let's see how hamstring muscles work. Let's see what is hamstring muscle first, where it is located. Hamstring muscle is located at the posterior side of our thigh muscle, or what we call quadriceps. So it starts from hip joint and it runs towards back of the knee, right? Various functions of hamstring muscle are knee flexion and hip extension, or simply said, bringing our ankle closer to the hips and pushing our hips away from the body, right? Don't worry, relax. This is very easy to understand. We use hamstring muscle in our day-to-day life as well. So let's say I have to pick this brick up from the ground, right? As you see, my hips are going away from the body. I am picking this up. I am doing a hip hinge movement, right? My hips are going away from the body, so hamstrings are getting trained in this movement. Also for leg curl movement, or the movement in which ankle is coming towards the hip, the good example will be while jogging or while running, our ankles are getting closer to the hips. Hamstrings are getting trained, but not very effectively. So the point comes how we can train them effectively. For body weight, first you can, with hip hinge movement, you can simply do the hip hinge, push your hips back and bring them at the point, starting point. Or for the leg curl, you can take help of wall, just bringing your heel closer to your hips, right? You can do this in a seated position, in a lying position as well, on the bench or on the ground. So these are good for warm-ups, right? Coming to the movements in which you can add load, you can take help of backpack. Let's start with first hip hinge. You can take help of backpack. You can put any heavy object. Let's say I have this brick. Hip hinge is nothing but loading your upper body and pushing your hips away. Loading my upper body. I can keep it like here, right? Like in the good morning, we do it. Or I can simply put it down and push my hips away and squeeze, thrust my hip back at the starting position. This you can do with the bag. This, if you have weights, if you want to add load to it, you can do it with plates, right? Or you can do it with dumbbells, you can do it with barbell, or any stick you have at your home. You can fix plates here. Now let's talk about leg curl movement, how you can perform. You can perform this with the help of ankle weights, dumbbells, or the very dynamic resistance band. So guys, in the leg curl, assume your ankle as your wrist, like your palm actually. And the same movement you do in the bicep curls, right? You bring your hand closer to your shoulders. Same movement we'll be doing with the leg curl. So treat them as your hands and they are getting closer. We are doing a bicep curl, right? This is very easy to understand this movement. Now you need to add load. How we can add load? Either we can put ankle weights here, or we can do with the dumbbells in a lying position. So let me tell you how. And also you can do it with a resistance band. You can there are various attachments available these days. You can attach your resistance band with your ankle. Yes. Remember, you have to bring your ankle towards the hips, right? And the same you can perform with dumbbells. You can fix a dumbbell between your feet and you can perform with a dumbbell, right? Or you can perform with a mix of both, with dumbbell and with a resistance band tied on your ankle. So these were the movements through which we can train hamstrings effectively. Now effectively, because there is very less limiting factor, means आपकी और बॉडी पार्ट्स इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो रहे हैं, वो नहीं थकेंगे, राइट? सो दैट आप पर्टिकुलर मसल पे फोकस कर सकते हो, राइट? My personal favorite are the two movements, first hip hinge and the leg curl. I'll tell you the very first one. I prefer doing with a barbell because I can add load to it, and I keep this exercise in the very beginning of my hamstring work. For those who don't have much weight, they can prefer doing with the single leg and adding repetitions or adding load to it. So it will be same. And the second favorite movement for training my hamstrings, I basically do this exercise in the end of my workout as a finisher. You don't need to do this with the help of dumbbell. You can, if you have a slippery ground, or you have socks, slippery socks, or there are some equipments which slippery pads are available. You can keep below your ankles and slide, but I will be showing you with the help of dumbbell. Now, not meant for beginners, especially overweight people. Again, this is a leg curl movement, a mimicry of seated leg curl, which we do in the gym. So I am right now I'm in a standing position, right? And I am bringing my ankles closer to my hips here, away from my hips and close to my hips, like in a bicep curl. Now I am doing a bicep curl and I am pushing it away. But remember, you have to do it in a very controlled manner. बहुत ही control से करना है. हाँ, थोड़ा सा tricky हो सकता है समझने में. Can be a little tricky, but very effective. Again, these were my favorite movements to train hamstring at home. I also prefer resistance band because of its beauty of resistance, dynamic resistance, which I will be showing you guys in the next video. So stay tuned. This was Ripudaman, Fitter Coach. If you liked this video, do share it with your friends who are struggling in the home workouts. Cheers.